Well, Equal Education has welcomed the decision to keep the schools open. Let's get more about their view from the organization's Noncedo, Madubedube. Noncedo, good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday View on eNCA. A wise move, you think? You are welcoming the schools staying open. Why?
There are two things, actually, that we've welcomed. The one is that it's crucial that teachers are prioritized for jabs in the next couple of weeks for the vaccination program for the over 582,000 school staff in South Africa. We think it's a good plan. We are also happy with the fact that there is a prioritization that sets out this process to run before the end of the second quarter for schools and districts and provinces to coordinate to make sure that our teachers are able to go and get vaccinated as per choice before schools close now, because it means that in the preparation for going back into the third quarter to consolidate some of the learning losses that we've experienced during COVID, to go back into an environment that has less anxiety. It's going to be good that our school staff is vaccinated. So we welcome that 110%. We are, however, because this is our role as young people and civil society in the country, are going to monitor the implementation of this promise by the Department of Health and the Department of Education to ensure that those that do want to access vaccination can in fact do so. And in fact, that the rollout is equitable and there's a prioritization of schools in townships and in our rural communities. So that's the one thing that we're very happy about. The second thing is that the National Institution of Communicable Diseases, the NITS-CRAM surveys that have been circulating in the country to respond to this COVID period, and international studies comparatively, have shown that schools haven't been sites of sort of super spreading of the COVID sort of virus. And we know that from the Department of Education, they shared with the Portfolio Committee that just about 100 of the 25,500 schools in the country have been disrupted learning during this year, from January to June, as per COVID. And so it looks like overwhelmingly clear that schools aren't super spreader sites, and schools do maintain a place of safety and solace and community and school meals and social wage things like transport and access to learning materials and teacher-mediated learning for learners during this period. And the reason we feel strongly that it's a good thing for schools to stay open and have all these measures put in place is because equal education members that are learners that are coming from township and rural communities have said to us, look, we are concerned. We're concerned that at this point we are going to school once a week, which means 4 times a month. Some learners are only able to access education then. The learning losses are giving young people a sense of idleness that is disrupting their sense of being. It's giving them great deals of anxiety around catching up and staying on par with their expectations in terms of traditional learning. And so we do want learners to go back into the environment, to learn, to feel a sense of self and sense of safety, access psychosocial support, and most importantly, get their daily meal through the school nutrition program. And so these are the two things that is equal education. We are going to monitor and watch and in fact call on society generally to support us and making sure the Department of Education, both national and provincially, are able to look out for these things. But we are cautiously hopeful at these two proposals from the minister's briefing on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, you've given a very comprehensive answer to my first question. But I'm just wondering what you've got as equal education. You've got access to learners, as you've said, and teachers, and they are telling you they need learning. Once a week is not enough. Plus, of course, there's a nutritional problem. But you've got a student body like Cosas saying schools are not safe. And you are citing some research from the NICD and reports. I wonder what information would continue to be used by a Cosas-like organization to say schools are not safe for the children, but you have a different view.
Look, our society isn't homogenous, and that's one of the most exciting things about being inside organized youth spaces. We must speak from where we draw our experiences. But I think about the positions the teacher unions have taken, for example, collaboratively throughout this COVID pandemic, have responded quite soberly to some of the concerns that educators are facing inside the school community. And those 5 people are part of the consultations with the Department of Education. I do think equal education and Cosas should be put in that room as well. We've been making those calls to the department. So inshallah, one day our government takes us seriously as young people. But the teacher unions have said it's okay for schools to remain open. The jabs are important. These are the things that need to be put in place to ensure that we support teaching during this period. Now, this is what the department has put on the table for us. They've said to the country, there's something called a risk-adjusted strategy. Now, they started to put this thing together last year, and it wasn't properly implemented across provinces. What the strategy allows is for the Department of Basic Education with the Department of Health to track community transmission rates in different parts of the country. And where the transmission rates are high, so in the East Rand of Gauteng right now, for example, then schools have the choice to be guided and supported through closure methods that still allow them to
hear you.
schools.
Yeah, I hear you. That. So there's information that must be shared and people must be together in one room. But as far as equal education is concerned, learning must continue in the country. Thank you very much for your time at this hour. That's Noncedo Madubedube from Equal Education. Now.